It never ends. It never ends. This thing, whatever you want to call it, it never ends. It never ends. Just when I think we've worked every permutation, every layer of this, nah, not even close. Something else comes up. This story never ends. It just continues. And you and I love it. Love it. And my friends, we have so much to discuss. Somebody asked today, why are you putting PBD's picture on the thumbnail? I thought he was a good guy. What are you talking about? He's an idiot. He's a buffoon. Well, I thought he was a good guy. No. Remember this, Jadrul?
Andrew Wilson won because, let me explain it to you how
Now,
much.
why don't you explain? Hang on a minute. One more
Andrew
time.
Wilson won because.
Okay, just listen to this.
And I think Andrew Wilson won because, let me explain it to you how much he won.
You're an idiot.
And I think he won more than Candace won.
No, you're an
and
idiot.
my argument's going to be very, very weird. You
Yes.
ready?
See, because he thinks he's so smart. He's delusional. He believes he's under this level of intelligence, this level of sapience that you mere mortals just don't understand. He's that good. So get ready. Here's the story that we won't understand because he's so much smarter than we are.
And I think Andrew Wilson won because, let me explain it to you how much he won. And I think he won more than Candace won. And my argument's going to be very, very weird. You ready?
Go ahead.
You ready? This guy spent $300,000 and got somewhere between $50 to $200 million of ad viewership.
Great point.
So guess what?
He's a big winner.
My wife at home says, who was the guy? I'd never seen him before. My dad.
The idiot. Yeah, who was the guy? I never seen him before. The idiot. My wife says, who was the guy?
So guess what?
He's a big winner.
My wife at home says, who was the guy? I'd never seen him before.
I never seen him before. Okay.
My dad says, I've never. Most people, his YouTube channel only had 180, 200,000 subs.
Yeah.
Very good, eloquent. I've had him on. He's been on Rogan.
Eloquent? He's eloquent. And you're asking me, why he's an idiot. He is an idiot. We are being, I don't know what the word is, consumed by idiocy, by stupices.
A couple times. So he's getting the momentum. I think Andrew Wilson won because for everybody that says, what an idiot to give $300,000, I think it's the same story as Kanye spent $7 million on an ad for Super Bowl and sold $25 million of merch.
He's an
I think
idiot.
Andrew Wilson won because overnight now everybody knows who he is.
Yeah. He knows.
So from the business standpoint, Andrew Wilson made a lot more than $300,000.
He's an idiot. They hate him. PBD, you're retarded. With all due respect to the retarded, he's retarded. They hate him. He's a laughingstock. Manson got a lot of, attention too. And he didn't even kill anybody. He killed his career. He's an asshole. He is the most reviled joke. And you moron, Mr. Valuetainment, with this other moron, who is going to use him to promote their what? Well, we know who he is. People want to see him make a mistake. They want to see him say something stupid. What ad? What company would ever want to advertise with him? What? Can you think of any? PBD, you're a moron. You are a Boeotian. And that idiot you've got with you is even more so. He said this just though. My wife never seen him before. My wife said, who that man? That man is Pickles Wilson. Oh, that man. Yeah. He's a joke. You think that being known as a joke? That he got that my wife said, who that man? Who that man that I see that man? Does he do are you serious? And what about his wife? Do you see this one? You see this one? The wife? What about this loser?
Keep shaking, bitch. Keep shaking, bitch. Keep shaking, bitch. Keep crying, bitch. Because you only thought you could come around this
shake
table
and I'll say everything with the power and vigor in my voice because I have strength and I'm not going to.
Oh, you got strength?
Yeah, I've got strength. Oh, you're getting up. Yeah, mental strength.
Right now.
Mental strength.
You thought you could come around this table and push him because you're a woman.
I didn't push him.
This is your hero.
You pushed his chair. It's on video.
Oh, my wife does see him, and my wife said he's the man. I do not see the man before. I told to my wife. I think he even said his father said, who that man? Who that man, Patrick? I don't know. I don't know who that man is. The man. The man. And if my wife said the man, other people know it. This valuetainment my ass. How do these people drive a car? How are they allowed to handle sharp objects? He's a moron. You better love this country because you left Iran. I don't think they put up with this. I don't think they have morons walking around in Iran, some Persian mentality. This, I don't even know what I'm seeing anymore. I don't know what I'm seeing. Our good friend Zamet says, known as Professor Lionel from this day forward. Thank you. Okay, very good. A Rush Pap says, the more the TPUSA narrative pushers misconstrue legal filings, the more that the general public distrusts them. But you told us the defense conceded that Tyler Robinson was on the roof. What happened? He was, we'll talk about that in a moment. The sellouts, this is from our good friend Jenna. Jenna says, the sellouts are really showing themselves. I believe in this natural concept, this world that says stupid people are not allowed to breathe the air that Darwinian mechanics kick in and somehow cause them to self-immolate or to march off of a cliff. These are Boeotians. This is a moron. He actually said, and my wife said to me, I never seen a man. So he paid $300,000 and now he's got $50 million. $50 million of what? He's reviled. He's reviled. I can't. This is the man he's a very eloquent person because you're a moron and your English ain't that great, my friend. I mean, God bless you. My Persian, my Farsi is non-existent. Who do you think you are? You might be almost as bad as Pickles with this grandiose sense of your own worth. I mean it. I mean it. I am, and we are amidst a world of people who, what are they doing? What are they talking about? Why are they here? Did you see this one? Did you see this one? Seriously, you ready for this? Now I know people are going to say, oh, come on. Leave her alone. Okay. You know we're talking about Erica, right? Have you seen the latest? Have you seen this one? When she goes back, do you think anybody at TPUSA says, what the hell is she talking about? Yeah. No, what the hell is she talking about? Did you hear what she said? I don't know. What is she talking about? I don't know what she's talking about. She goes out there and she says this stuff. I don't know. It's either no shit obvious. And make sure you live your life as though it's your last because you never know if this is your last. Yeah, I know that. That's not exactly earth-shattering. And she'll attempt to deal with some rather arcane biblical matters and the like, and nobody really understands what they mean. I don't know what they mean. I don't even know what the hell she's talking about. That's the beautiful part about this. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't. I just I just, I'm a fool. I think people should be allowed to say something only if they make sense, if they know what they're talking about. Zamet says, morons addicted to imaginary greatness. Yes, I could not have said that better myself. Could not have said it better myself. Here she is, the pundit, the theologian to end all theologians. I give you Erica Kirk.
Evil eats itself. It just does. You just have to wait it out. And that's why if you just wait on the Lord, he will confuse. He will, and he'll just...
You're confused.
They'll just eat themselves. It's like, it's a thing. You can watch it. You can watch it in real time. But the...
Huh? One more time for those in the back. Did you get that? Did you get that? Evil, they eat themselves. They eat it. It's autophagy. It's a form of, it's kind of a hormetic thing. It's autophagy. It's apoptosis. Autophagy. Apoptosis is that where you have the cellular, let me get a better definition of this. It's spelled apoptosis. And it is a natural, orderly process of programmed cell death. Have you heard that one? It's this wonderful, it's this thing that shuts down and shuts off. It's apoptosis. And it's this, for example, the reason why we don't have webbing here, the reason why we don't, well, we have this, by the way, you probably already knew this. This is called hang on a minute. This is called the perlicue, this piece of web. And the reason why it's stopped is because of apoptosis, the cellular death, to stop webbed feet, it's cellular death, programmed cellular death. But also this is autophagy, where you were eating yourself. It's almost like you're eating when you fast. You know, you will eat and consume your own body fat. One more time, by the way, I know what you're saying. Many of you are saying, hey, can we talk more about that? And say, yes. You want to hear more about that? Sure. You want to hear more? Listen to the words. Imagine you're going to hear, you are at the lowest point of your life, and you want your spiritual direction. You want somebody to give me unto you. Please put me into contact with the Lord, with the holy word of the Lord. And what does she say?
Evil eats itself.
Evil eats itself. I don't know what that means, but evil eats itself. So why do we worry? Why is there so much evil if it's apoptotic and if it's autophagus?
Evil eats itself. It just does. You just have to wait it out. And that's why if you just wait on the Lord,
wait on the Lord,
he will
confuse, as I am. They'll
just eat themselves. It's like, it's a thing. You can watch it. You can watch it in real time.
You can watch it in real time. I don't know. It's just watch the Lord. The Lord comes along and goes, well, hey, what do you do? Go eat me. No, eat me. Eat you. Eat you. Eat you, evil. Eat you. Evil. Evil is like a zephyr. Evil is this is the sound of evil. Evil, she hasn't gotten better. She hasn't gotten better. It's incredible. A good friend, Von Enken, Livia says, the eloquence is out of this world. Oh, yes, Erica Kirk is erudite. Oh, absolutely. Stay positive, get that one, says Pickles and PBJ care less about CK. It's about, I guess it's about money. I guess what you're trying to say. Is that it? Oh, it's about the money. Yes, absolutely. And PBJ, or PBJ, as you say, PBJ has more intelligence. These people are moronic. But wait a minute, we're not done yet. We're not done, lest you think that's it. Oh no, here's another beaut. Check this one out. You ready for this? Follow this and check out the poor schmuck on the couch or on the whatever next to her, trying to make sense and not look like, what the hell is this? Watch this.
So if you wake up in the morning, it might be your last sermon.
If you wake up in the morning and you're tired in the morning and it's your last service, and you wake up in the morning and you eat yourself because you're evil, and you wake up in the morning and this guy, look at this dude on the right. He's like, what the hell? Why am I here? And you wake up in the morning and, it gets better.
So if you wake up in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
it might be your last sermon. Might not
Be your last sermon. I don't know about you, but I'm not. Are you in the biz? Your last sermon. Maybe I believe she's speaking to perhaps theologians and the men of the cloth, so to speak. Named him Amos Moses.
So if you wake up in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
it might be your last sermon.
Mm-hmm.
Might not.
Might not.
But live as if it is.
But live.
Because
you never
don't
know
how much time you have left.
You never know. You never
don't
know.
want to be the type of pastor that says,
No.
I wish I would have added XYZ to that. But I didn't because I was afraid of what whoever in the audience would think of me.
Right. And now you're dead.
Don't worry about their opinions.
You eat yourself.
If you are in the jet stream of God's will.
If you're in the jet stream of God's will, praise God. If you're in the vortices of God's will, if you're in the jet stream, if you're on a landing pad, if you're on a thermals, praise God. If you're on a zephyr, on the winds of time, eat yourself, evil be gone. Praise be to God. In the name. All right, sorry.
Don't worry about their opinions. Just keep planting those seeds.
Don't worry about it.
Keep having a healthy church.
Healthy church.
Talking to them about family.
Family.
Emulate what it looks like to be a good husband, a good.
When was the last time you're home, by the way, to see your family? Just curious. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are.
Emulate what it looks like to be a good husband, a good leader.
Yeah.
People that are building up their community and being there for those that are in need.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would also ask too, for those of you who have a ton of students that are around you.
A ton.
With colleges or high schools.
A ton.
Please make it a place for them to come.
Yeah,
and
that's
to
good.
And to learn and to be poured into.
Yes.
Because again, our youth is everything.
When people say a ton of people, a ton is a weight, it's tonnage. I'm sorry. To this day, I have a ton of. No, you don't have a ton. I'm sorry. I'm being pedantic. I'm being priggish. I know that.
And if you guys don't take the time to pour into them, someone else will. And I just think that holistically, that is something that I just want to encourage you.
Yeah.
Charlie would just want you guys to watch his old videos.
He'll tell you.
With his own words. He'll tell you. But I just want to encourage you.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
That you guys have a huge calling on your life.
You have a calling on your life.
Don't diminish it because you're worried about what one congregant is going to say about you. God knows your heart.
God knows your heart.
Stay in that jet stream, and everything else will fall into place.
Right, and because you know what, that could be it. That could be it. Olivia says she's a comedian, but no one told her. Yes, I'm sorry. This is the woman. This is the head of one of the biggest communities, bar none. They are so huge, as we say in the kitchen, huge. And this is the best you can do. This is it. There's never been, when Billy Graham would talk to people in other countries, he was so good because he would say, and let the Lord know, and you'd be like he's in Swaziland or something. Somebody's wearing like a burnous and wow. Even his translated word was great. He was that powerful. This one, come on, man. Seriously. I'm not trying to be mean, but come on. Seriously. Now listen, it gets better though. It's not just him. One of my latest versions, folks is, and we haven't heard too much about him. It's this guy, Tim Pool, who is a liar. Mendacious. He is the man is beyond anything you've ever seen. Kamala, oh yeah, a la Venn diagram. Yes. You know what's funny? Kamala actually, no, Kamala's the worst. And do not be burdened by what was and now is not, because it was. Today is yesterday, tomorrow. And tomorrow is today, yesterday. Remember that one? Oh my God. What'd you knock out of a coconut tree? I still can't figure out what the hell that was about. The coconut tree? Why are you laughing? I have no idea. But Tim Pool, what a weird dude. What a weird, I haven't watched this character in so long, but now he's all over the place because Alex Jones is going after him. Here he is.
Yeah, and for sure. But
what, by the way, what kind of a rumpus room is this? He's got swords. What is that? An iron cross? Or is that some kind of a surfing thing? Guitars. He's like a child. He's like this troubled kind of he's like the kid off his meds. He's the troubled teen. And he just, I mean, think about this. Swords. He has swords. How about a mace? Not the whatever her name is, mace with the tats, but one of those medieval types of maybe throwing stars. This is what we have today, children. And his idea is that I'll talk fast. What I'm saying is if you slow it down, and if you read the actual transcript of it, there's nothing really there that's worthwhile. But I'll just slow things down.
Yeah, and for sure. But so
listen to this.
But Israel is intentionally dragging us into this war, and also Israel has.
I think you got Israel derangement syndrome.
Okay.
Israel derangement syndrome. Now you know why he met with Bibi at the Blair House. Now you understand. Now, this does not age well. This is before Gaza. This is before the cause of genocide, apartheid, ethnic cleansing, ethnic supremacy. I mean, just listen to this.
Okay, well, but
I call it Israel-Palestine derangement.
Okay, then let me. Well, so
see, he just talks fast. And that's his closest. He says, look, what I'm saying really isn't that great, but I'll say it at such a breakneck speed, you'll think that in order for him to get the words out that fast, you must have to have some kind of a mind there, even though what I'm saying is really trite, if not vapid.
First of all, Israel, this is on two separate. Do you know the story of Israel wiretapping the White House and blackmailing Bill Clinton?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this.
You don't know the story? This is, yes, because of Monica Lewinsky. Oh, listen to this. Look at numbnuts here. By the way, this is called Timcast. Hi, everybody. My name is Tim, and I'm your host today on Timcast. And I have swords on the wall, an electric guitar, and I wear a fuzzy hat. And that's the only one I've got. And by the way, if you smell this thing, I could hold up a 7-Eleven just by threatening to put this over somebody's face. I wear this. I'm the edge. I'm a second story man. No matter the time, and this guy here, he has a white one. We wear these things. Why? Because I don't know. We're just afraid of something.
You can see this in the New York Post. There's been 2 independently written books on this.
Yeah, but do you know the story about the NSA wiretapping Angela Merkel?
No, okay, sure. I'm just saying.
Look.
No, I'm giving you examples of Israel doesn't treat us like an ally. Israel ropes us into these things because they know we're going to back
Germany like an ally, which is the point.
No, I know.
Listen, you see what he's doing? He's the worst. I don't know if they're paying this guy. But if they are, you should get your money back.
But
welcome to international espionage and warfare.
But if you're America first, why would you want to get exploited into this war in the Middle East that you care so little about?
Why are you trying to make me single on Israel when all of these other countries are doing equally or worse things?
No, but we're not giving them. They're not involved. Oh, see, this is where you say he said this, and then the other day, remember I played it today. You've got him now. He changed his mind. He doesn't have any intellectual, spiritual, actual moral conviction for anything. He just plays the tune. He puts his finger up. Whatever I get to say. Whatever I think they want to hear. It doesn't matter what I feel because I really don't feel anything. I'm malleable. I'm protean. I don't have a conviction of which I adhere to.
Ethiopia, Afghanistan, Yemen.
Because it's not
Egypt,
the money. Hamas doesn't have a lobbying wing in D.C.
Yes, it does.
That captures all your politicians.
I don't want to say her name.
Hamas.
No, but Hamas does not.
First of all, they don't even understand what Hamas is, and I'm not even gonna get to the point. This is where we are. We are awash in stupid. But that's not the only one. Oh, no. I just had to throw that one in. But here's my latest favorite. Dan Bongina. Remember, whenever you have men, boys, who want to go out of their way to show you how tough they are, by God, they're tough. There's something very strange about them. Something very strange about them. They're so out of there. They want to show you, look at me. By the way, I saw the piece today. Speaking of tough and, excuse me. I saw Valhalla did the piece just destroying Pickles as far as a stolen valor. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Please watch that. But anyway, Dan Bongina. Oh, he's tough. He's tough. Remember, he was there for 9 months? He quit. And I don't even know what, but he's a joke. We laugh at him. But watch this. Apparently, Joe Kent came after him. And listen to this.
This X post this morning. And I thought to myself, how many suckers are going to continue to believe this? This is at USA. Yep. John. Yep. All caps, of course. And Andy, that means this is really important, of course.
Thank you.
Investigation into foreign involvement in Charlie Kirk's assassination blocked by the FBI. Whoa, all caps too. Got to be true then, all caps.
Yeah.
Kash Patel blocked Joe Kent, former director of counterterrorism, from investigating the foreign leads into Charlie's assassination. I trust Joe Kent. That's really great. Why would the FBI block this? Joe Kent tells Jimmy Dore, here we go.
Jimmy Dore is one of the best. Jimmy Dore, Dan, is a national treasure. Bongina. And he absolutely, positively has my attention. He has been so right, so correct, so brave, so smart. He could dig stuff out of his ear with a cross pen that is more worth than you simpleton, you little boy running back and forth, quitting, running back to hide behind your microphone and to present this manifestation of what you consider to be yet again another tough guy.
Is he like a comedian? It's like a comedian, right? That he was at NCTC, Joe, and he was blocked from investigating Charlie Kirk's killing after the FBI said it had everything it needed. The case would be transferred to state authorities. Okay. Folks, I'm going to make this really simple for you. So again, this is that point of the show where we're reaching a truth red line. If you're not interested in the truth, please stop now, because this is going to be really painful. There's nothing you can say to dispute the fact that 3 + 3 = 6, no matter how hard you try. Okay?
Get ready. Now remember this. What he's also saying is, you've got to believe me. What I'm going to tell you cannot be independently proven unless you believe me. 3 + 3 is 6 can be proven. So I want you to take me, look at me. I'm Dan Bongina. And ask yourself, are you about to believe what I'm about to tell you? Because the only thing standing between you and truth is your faith or your gullibility. All right, Danny boy, hit it.
Okay. Joe Kent is continuing to insist he was blocked from doing something he's not authorized to do. I can't think of a simpler example. I'll get to I just put it in ChatGPT to.
Oh, thank you very much. Say no more. Thank you, Danny.
Make it really easy in case you think like I'm making this up.
Oh, ChatGPT. That's a good one. Isn't he great? Isn't he something? Isn't that guy? He's so good.
Joe cannot answer a simple question. What investigative law enforcement authorities or powers you had at NCTC that you were blocked from engaging in?
Guess who's going to be coming up next, my friends? Guess who I've got coming up next? I'll give you a hint. His initials are Joe Kent.
So I put in this really simple one everyone can understand. So if Joe was an investigator into the case that was authorized to investigate the case, then he should have subpoena power or someone, correct? But
no, he can be blocked, you schmuck. That's what he said. We played this the other day. You see, he's not even listening. listening to the real story. You think he would ask ChatGPT, what exactly did Joe Kent say? Not Danny boy. No, that would make sense.
Because NCTC is not an investigative body, I just put this simple question in to help you guys. ChatGPT is like, in case you're stupid.
ChatGPT. ChatGPT. I mean, stop right there. This was the assistant director for like an hour and a half of the FBI. And he's going to ChatGPT, which scrapes the internet. He doesn't, he's like PBJ and these other jadruls. He doesn't get it. ChatGPT?
But it doesn't say that, but like, here in shorthand, FBI is the investigative agency with compulsory legal authorities.
And FBI blocked him, you schmuck.
NCTC is there for intelligence fusion and interagency counterterrorism coordination. Can we put flags in the chat? Just put them in advance, because this is the most.
Did that answer the question? No. Did that disprove what Joe Kent was saying? No. No. But wait.
Red flag ever. You want to start a fight with us? We always win. The numbers don't work for you and they never will. Either do the facts. So we're up 2-0. Facts in our favor, numbers in our favor. You want to keep messing around, we're going to keep making you look stupid.
And nobody knows about being made stupid than Dan Bongina. Now, speaking of Joe Kent, would you like to hear what Joe has to say in response to that? Good.
I'm going to briefly describe the role of the National Counterterrorism Center in the investigation of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So NCTC analysts are a part of every joint terrorism task force throughout the entire country. The JTTFs are typically led by the FBI. NCTC's role within the JTTF is to determine if there is any foreign nexus. So that would be a foreign country, a foreign government, a foreign individual, a foreign company. If there's any foreign connection or nexus to an act of domestic terrorism, like the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So that's what NCTC analysts were doing as part of the JTTF to assist the investigation of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So NCTC analysts were operating at the request of the FBI to determine if there was any kind of foreign connection or foreign nexus to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So NCTC is a unique organization within the intelligence community. It's part of the intelligence community. It can see all the operational traffic, all the raw reporting coming from the forward-facing intelligence community, the CIA, the DIA, the NSA, etc. But it can also see the raw operational reporting coming from the FBI and other federal law enforcement agencies. And it does this. It has this authority in order to connect the dots. NCTC was formed after 9/11 because of the failures of the CIA and FBI and their inability to communicate prior to 9/11. So,
and he hasn't gone to ChatGPT once.
NCTC has that unique role. That's why we're part of the JTTF. So at the request of the FBI, we were looking to see if there was any kind of foreign nexus or connection to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. In very short order, we were told that our services were no longer required, that we no longer had access to the repository the FBI had, where all the information on the investigation.
You hear that, Danny? You hear that, tough guy? Huh? Do you hear that? You schmuck.
Investigation was being kept. And then the FBI said shortly thereafter they were going to hand over the investigation to the Utah law enforcement.
Well, I went to ChatGPT and I put red flags on it. I put red flags on it because I'm Dan Bongina. I did. I sure do. I went to ChatGPT.
I protested. I disagreed. I thought that we still had a lot more work to do. I still believe that to this day, that we had more.
But why didn't you subpoena them like Dan Bongina says? Oh, you were blocked. Oh.
Leads to run down to determine if there was any kind of foreign connection. I'm not saying there definitively was. I am only saying that we still had more work to do to ensure that we actually did our due diligence to ensure there was no foreign nexus to Charlie Kirk's assassination. A big issue that I have, and I think many others have about the assassination, is that we've been told that there's just a lone gunman that's involved and responsible, and that process is playing out in court. However, there was people that were posting online ahead of Charlie's assassination that he was going to be killed that day in Utah. So that strongly indicates that there were more people involved in the plot to kill Charlie Kirk. So I think it's critical that we continue to ask who killed Charlie Kirk, how, and why. And I'll just close with a Charlie Kirk quote that it is critical that we continue to ask questions because it is the only thing that keeps us free. Thank you, and God bless.
That guy has more natural bravery, guts. And by the way, he was actually a military badass. He's not running around showing you how many guns he has on the wall. He has a lot of tribute. You see his wall. His is this, those medallions, those coins. It's a different story. A good Strada says, Maestro, eternal adolescence. This is what we'll see for the next 2 years in Trump's world. Reminds me of Hitler's first Klan, the psycho SAS, that he had to take out and replace with top military kinds. Well, actually, the first was the brown shirts. I guess SAS replaced by Gestapo, his secrets. But anyway, I don't want to, before we start making Hitlerian comments, listen, the bottom line is this, ladies and gentlemen. When Candace was talking more about the Egyptian planes, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? The very plane that was seen with Trump, I believe, was it in Egypt, with meeting with Sisi, and what if all of a sudden somebody says, the people who came in to do this, remember what I told you, it's always military. Wouldn't that be something? If perhaps maybe these flights, these people flying around might have been, and I'm not even suggesting this, but it ain't Tyler. It's not him. It was so funny today also. This guy Neff, another idiot, who read the first document of the defense argument for or rather against the finding of probable cause. And it was beautiful. It was just beauteous. Now listen, let me explain what's happening. I think we are making tremendous advancement. I really do. And the reason why I think so is because it is just teeming with so much information. It is teeming. I can't keep track of all of this. And so far, what I wanted to ask you before is, and this is very, 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 very serious issue. I want you to answer this question for me. Can you think of anybody? Can you think of anybody on the, quote, the other side who has had any success, in negating, vitiating, diluting, removing Candace's arguments or those of others? Have you name one person? Somebody said, I think BBJ did a good job. Yeah, okay. All right. Can you find one person? Anybody? Timmy Poole, Glenn Beck, anybody? Viva, lost me. Barnes, he's not there anymore. Anybody who has said, you know what, he makes a good point. Who is their best arguer in support of the state's case? Who? There is none. This is the most important thing in the world. I want you to do this. Who? Normally it's like, well, this is pretty good. Remember that guy Posner who came up with a book called Case Closed? And it was a kind of interesting story. He says he's the only person on the planet who thinks that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. But. Did you get that thing, by the way? I finished that. Okay, good. Anyway. Now, what comes of this, I have no idea. But I'm asking people. Tell me one person. We've got so many folks. You know when Nissi the other day came up with one that Candace mentioned? Of course, the man, Baron Coleman, and Ian, and others as well, and also Project Constitution and Dan Parker, and a host of people who are loving to scour these videos, watch them. It must be hours. And can you imagine when ChatGPT gets better, when you can throw it in and say, watch this, I'm looking for this, any evidence of such and such, that would really be interesting. But we have people who, it's like Project Enigma. Project Enigma, as you know, was in the Bletchley Park, UK, World War II, to try to figure out how to decode and break Japanese, but also the Germans decode. And you had these people, and they brought in people who were mothers and women and retirees and pensioners and people who liked crossword puzzles and games and liked word games, and they were just good at this. And they turned out to be critical in our breaking the code, and basically one of the most important moves ever. Well, that's what we have right now. And I'm not, now when I say this, believe me when I tell you this. This is not meant in any way as a snub. But if I said to you before, I always like to do this. I'm from the future, and I go back and I say, I want to show you something. There is going to be a murder case. There's this thing called the internet. You don't know about this, but it's going to be like another TV channel, so to speak. It's like TV meets CB meets. It's the internet. I can't even explain it to you. And these people will come up. And let me show you the first one. See this woman here? This is the leader. This is a leader. This is Candace Owens. See this woman right here? She's going to lead this. Her? Yeah. Young. Not even 40 or 30 something years old. She's a leader. See that guy there? His name is Baron Coleman. He's a lawyer. He's second. See that guy there? Ian Carroll. Great stash. There's Ian. It goes down the list. There's Nissi. These people who last year, a year and a half ago, I don't know what they were doing. Now they're the sleuth. And I've got to tell you this. This is the part, all this talk about WNBA and what's a man and DEI and we have to have diversity and equity. We need equity because of black people and women. Oh, yeah? Okay. Black people. Okay. All right. I got you. Two of the most powerful voices in this entire effort are Candace and Nissi. Or Nisi, but Nissi, I believe. Two black women. Our group says, do you know what you're talking about? Yeah, have a seat. Dave Smith, the comedian, along with George Carlin and Lenny Bruce and Bill Hicks and Dick Gregory and Mort Saul and Mark Twain and Will Rogers, and he has become one of the greatest voices in the Palestinian liberation movement. He is. Comedian. Jimmy Dore. I got to be honest with you. I didn't know Jimmy Dore from. I don't follow a lot of people. It's not that I didn't know them. I just didn't. There's a lot of people I just don't know. A lot of music I don't know. I know a lot of good stuff. And when somebody said, okay, Jimmy's best work ever, I put him on my defense team. He's doing the closing regarding Tyler, taking the gun apart, putting it back together, climbing up, doing a MacGyver, doing a Spider-Man jump. It's one of the best routines, and it's brilliant. And maybe because of that comedy background. He knows how to put things together. We have the best team in the world. And these are people who aren't, nobody's got law enforcement. I think Barron, is a lawyer, but nobody else. I think at the end of this, Candace is going to be getting an honorary Juris Doctor when she gets done with this. But this is something which is just, it blows my mind. And they don't have anything. And they've got the FBI, they've got Fox News, they've got everybody you can imagine. And they've got nothing. Nothing. All they've got is, what do we got? Nothing. Come on, we have to, no, we don't have anything. Look, we just can't keep doing this bullshit about, Candace is satanic. That's all we've got. We've been telling everybody she's satanic. I got to do better than that. And then they got Erica. Mishkina. They starura. Baba. Oh my God. This is the woman. Have you noticed everything? Oh, here's Erica Kirk. Okay. Clap like you mean it. I will. She's a widow. I know it. Is she going to say anything profound? No. Why did they drag her out? Why? It'd be like me doing a cricket game. You ever think about that? If somebody said, I want you to do a play-by-play, I don't know the first thing about cricket. Well, do it. That's what she is. She knows nothing about the Bible. She has this idea about the Lord. They bring her out. Who else is there? Who else is there? Who? Ready for this? Pickles Wilson. You can't write this stuff. This guy comes along and this battle axe wife
keep shaking, bitch. Battle. Keep shaking, bitch. Keep shaking. Keep shaking, bitch.
I'm sorry. This is their side, and they think nothing of it. Can you imagine if ever Candace did this? First of all, we think, wow, she can't because she's pregnant. But I'm saying she's loaded. She's got a load on. Only drunk people at bars scream like this. And this idiot, he's there. Just nod. Tell me you understand this. Because I'm thinking to myself, once you understand this, what's the song? Once you... Remember that 110 Soldier? No, once. Anyway, Coven was a group. Billy Jack. This is what they've got. It blows my mind. Every day is an hour of the most arcane, sometimes atomized, particular information. You got to remember this. And they're going, I don't know. You got Dan Bongina. That's it. Nothing. They've got nothing. Erica, Don Jr., he goes up there. I have been in front of people before. Just friends of mine have said, can I tell you a couple of things? Okay. I've done the same thing about 9/11. When you see their faces, like, I didn't know that. Of course you don't know this. And I start off with this. It's very, very simple. I was on with Alex Jones recently. I said, Alex, because that's his name. I said, Alex, let's just start with the gun. It's inconclusive. That's not guilty. Thank you very much. Forget the fact that numbnuts, this guy is so, I'm sorry to say retarded. Please. It's such a perfect world. For the longest time, we were told we can't say that. Well, none of us are going up to people. How many times have you said, what are you, blind? What are you, blind? We're not making fun of blind people. We're not making fun of blind people, but I'm sorry, the word retarded, and nobody even uses the word retarded anymore. So it's like the word, moron and idiot. Those were medical terms. Anyway, I asked people this question. I said, do you know that there's no connection with a rifle? This moron, like I said, it's retarded. This is Pickles said, I think maybe. Do you have a PBD actually asked a good question. How certain are you? 75%? 75%? You do know this is reasonable now, right? Yeah, that's it. That's not guilty. Huh? That's not guilty. What do you mean? reasonable doubt is 99%. I mean, nobody, it's hard to put, but it's not 75. They should have said, Candace should have said, thank you very much. You all can let yourself out. I won. I'm keeping the money. Have a good day. And you know, people were thinking, no. Did he just say that? Did he just say that? And whoever it was who funneled the money to him, I'm just saying, something tells me he and the missus around the trailer don't have, you know what I mean? Don't have that kind of money just sitting around. Anywho, this blows my mind. It was the most incredible story. So I tell people, I said, you do realize that the rifle is not connected. Really? 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 They can't connect it. And I always tell people this. Let's imagine you're charged with possession of cocaine, trafficking. And they walk into your home or apartment or your boat or whatever. They find bags and pounds, and they stick the knife in. By the way, they always do this where they, remember on TV where they would bite it or lick it? It's like, never. It could be poison. Can you imagine fentanyl, putting this in your mouth? They always did this on TV. Even then, they never did this. Never tasted it. Remember that? Pure Age, book them down. Nobody did that in any event. But imagine if they did that and they found out that they can't link it. They said, we're not really sure, inconclusive that this is even cocaine. They would say, it's not guilty. You can't write this. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't write this. That's the case. You can just say, I'll leave you right there. That's it. How did he kill these people? I don't know. What did he use? That rifle? Forget the 30-06. Forget whether it's French. By the way, did you hear the other day? And Valhalla even mentioned this. And I mentioned it the other day. I don't know anything about weapons. I mean, I did pistols, but that's about it. Doesn't mean anything. So what? But these folks know a little bit more than I do. A lot more. And actually, Pickles said that this is a frangible, and he got it wrong apparently. And he said that this bullet, this round, could have disintegrated in midair. Now, from the time you fire it to the time it hits, it might be what? A millisecond? I don't even know. But it's pretty quick. Bang, hit him. Bang, hit him. It's almost instantaneous. So from the time it leaves the barrel, it disintegrates in a millisecond? This is the expert. Now we don't know if he was in the military. Was he not in the military? He said he was a colloquial. I like when they say colloquial. He was a colloquial. By colloquium, he was a sniper, a colloquial sniper. I mean, why are we even debating this? This is nuts. Let this kid go. You can't prove it. I don't know who you're hiding this for. I don't know. But if you keep this shit up, all of this stuff that you're trying to maintain, these theories, as far as who's involved, apparently seem to be true. Because what they're doing is they're saying, hey, it's not Israel or Egypt or MAGA, whatever. No, it's the left. Yeah, that's it. It's the left. They're still adhering to this nonsense. And even people at MSDNC, it doesn't even matter anymore. By the way, this is an aside. Remember when they were big? It was MSNBC. Now it's MS Now. I don't even know whether it's done. It's finished. In any event, my friend. Can you think of anybody? Anybody here? Anybody? Well, my friends, I'm going to tell you, I hope your day was well today. It was terrific. It was hotter than hell coming up. Mrs. Ellen, I've got a nice day planned. We got a little date, we got a lot of different festivities going on. You know whose birthday it is this month, right? You know, right? Yep. America's sweetheart. That's me. And I expect people to be let out of school early. I want lights to be on, mandatory. I want cars at night. with the governor of each state to mandate after 9 o'clock, you have to put your lights on. Remember the old days? Now they're all automatic. Remember the old days when you had to, hey, you left your lights on. Oh, God. Now you don't do anything. It's just automatic. Everything's automatic, except seatbelts, which make no sense to me. I was thinking about that today. So many. It's great being of a certain generation. It's meaningless. But stick shift, nobody can do that. That weird high beam button on the top left, remember that one? The high beam button stuck up and you put. Remember that stuff? Remember and now look at us. We have that chat GPT. I don't want to go back to the old days, don't get me wrong. But it's one of those things where I'm thinking, But anyway, I have no idea why I even talked about that. So anyway, my friends, I hope everybody is floor dimmer. Don't we have one of those? Do you remember how you had two keys? One was for the ignition, the other one was for a trunk. Remember, it was kind of like, especially if it was a GM car, it was like oval. What was your first car? Honey, what was your first car? Did you drive a Hudson? No. It's a classic. What was your first car? What was your first ride? Huh? A Falcon, Ford Falcon. A Dart. You drove a Dart? You didn't tell me that. A Dodge Dart? Wow, a Dart. They did a Dart. It's just that the name, a Falcon at least was like, whoa. A Dodge. I had a 70 Impala. 70. It was great. I told you that story when my father says, it's acting up. He says, go see Barney. We had this guy, everybody had he was like at the filling station, Barney. He was a mechanic. He said, when did you change the oil last? I said, well, I filled it up there. He goes, no, the oil. I said, the oil? I had this for years. I said, what's the oil? Where's the oil? You never changed the oil? I said, I don't know. What is this oil you're talking about? You mean the gas? No. And he opens up the hood and he has that thing that says, if this thing came down, it would kill you. And he has to lean over it and he pulls out, where the dipstick is? He goes, do you ever change? He goes, oh my God. He pulls it out and it's like glowing red. There's no oil. None. And he said, you've never said, never. AB says, way off topic. Don't worry about that. Just one of your thoughts on pyramids. And what about the Antarctica and the Rothschilds on Deception Island? Are they building a hidden nation, underground bunkers? If they lose, do they nuke? Fascinating questions. I love it. And I think that there might be something to that. I would have, nuking. Part of me says, I don't think we got to worry about nuking. But then again, the other part says, no, it might not be. We have some pretty interesting nukes we can use in a recoilless rifle. Is it the Daniel Boone? I get Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett confused. Daniel Boone was Fess Parker. Daniel Boone was a man. It was a big man. Anyway, then it was Davy Crockett, king of the wildfire. Have you heard Kentucky Headhunters? Listen to them do Davy Crockett. Phenomenal. I get them confused. I get Cheetah Rivera and Rita Moreno confused. Doesn't come up that often, but I get them confused. I don't know who they are. I say, whatever. Anyway, I'm getting tired. Aren't you? Aren't you getting tired? Don't you wake up sometimes and say, please, man, somebody do something. No, we're going to continue with this because I love this. I have met so many great people. So many of you wonderful people. A friend of mine said, are you still talking about that? Yes, because there's so many moving parts to this. Don't you understand? There's so many moving parts. This is the most complicated issue there is. And every night we meet. It's wonderful. I did not have a Model T, by the way. I had a Hutmobile. I had a DeSoto. No, I had there was some others. It was a Saxon. all these great cars. My sister had a Chevelle. It was a rocket. Gilligan's Island. Gilligan's Island was the most wonderful show. I watched at Sherwood Schwartz every day. One time we ran into Tina Louise. Well, she didn't know this. We were at a Dwayne Reed, right? No, no, CVS or something. And she was not a nice person. Not a nice person. So I said, "Is that? No, it's where is it? Is that's Ginger? Remember that one? She was just, I don't know what her problem was, but this is not a nice person." AB says they have enough power technology. I think they've built underground that could sustain for 1,000 years indefinitely, nuke the planet and come out with drones, helicopters, rule forever. But rule what forever? Rule what? What are you ruling if you're underneath whatever this thing is? I don't know. I don't even, I think about that to an extent, but I'm not particularly worried. I still want to know how they did Joe Rogan was onto this. How did they even make the pyramids? As a kid, I'm wondering, how did they do this? I remember as a kid one time, the first time I heard about Noah's Ark, I thought Noah's Ark was, Bill Cosby's routine is fantastic. And I always thought to myself, well, they found the ship they think is Mount Ararat, which is in Turkey. Not Turkey, no, but Turkey. That's the way they pronounce it. But all of a sudden, we call it Turkey. And I wondered, where did the polar bears come from? Rebirth, they started new with tech, things weird. You know how many generations they have to go through? I think it makes it a lot simpler than you sound to restart humanity. Remember when did you ever think about this when you were a kid and you figured, where does this come from? The whole Noah's Ark thing. Where do the penguins come from? This is Turkey, polar bears. And if you're not on that boat, I mean, if you can't fly or if you swim, giraffes. Imagine you're doing the anybody get the giraffes? We're going to get giraffes in Africa. Come on, monkeys, the smell, the food, how long? 40 days and 40 nights. I mean, I still have a hard time with Adam and Eve. I'm sorry. I know you're not supposed to ask these questions, but even as a kid, we always used to say, wait a minute. And I think that was the best part, I think, about Catholic school in a weird way, because it made me think. If you've got Adam and Eve have Cain and Abel, also Seth. People forget Seth. Seth was like Seth Rich. Something about that name, we just forget it. But you have Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. Cain slays Abel. Now we have Adam and Eve and Cain. Where do the Koreans come from? Again, I want to know. I want to know. And I think if I met God, God would say, you know what? I like that. I don't know myself. You don't know? I don't know. I don't know. I never said that. I never said that. They said that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Does it make sense to you? No. I don't understand that. Where'd that come from? How about this? At the time of the flood, the Diluvian period, and you could tell from the sedimentary rock that the world was covered. Other people say, we didn't have any floods here. What are you talking about? What floods? The Diluvian period. But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you. Please follow Mrs. L. She's got a great interview. One of the best judges ever. This is a super judge. Watch her. Go to Lynn's Warriors. Watch the interviews. They're phenomenal. Phenomenal. You should see the people she talks to on a regular basis. Go to Lynn's Warriors, because we need and she needs your help and support, because big tech does not like what she's saying. And thank you, my friends. I've had such a great time tonight. I really have. And thank you. We will be back tomorrow. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams. By the way, Ms. Lisa is fun. Thank you for your incredible work. How about a big hand? Moderating and making sure you demented lunatics, you reprobates, don't get out of line. You've been very good. much to my surprise. In any event, dear friends, have a great night. Talk to you soon. Don't ever change. And until tomorrow, remember, as we always end with this particular valedictory, this sayonara, the monkey's dead, the show's over, sue ya, da-da.